southpaw, no problem. I've been seeing my little brother as a southpaw for years. I mean, I know the angles on a southpaw, you know, it's just another day, you know what I mean? I have experience with that.
So a lot of boxing fans and Instagram followers watched the Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell fight. We all saw Ryan get up from a knockdown, show heart, come back, and eventually stop Luke Campbell with the vicious liver shot in the 7th round. Those of us who knew what we were watching appreciated the show and came away thinking it was a great step-up win for young Garcia. Fast hand speed and a powerful left hook, but he obviously has flaws that need attention immediately. Common critiques were his chin is in the air, he drops his backhand away from his chin, he doesn't utilize the jab like he should, he's flat-footed, he has no head movement, etc., etc. But the major flaw we noticed was Garcia's seemingly lack of understanding of lead foot positioning versus southpaw, or in boxing terms, lead foot positioning in the open stance. I'm going to explain what that means real quick for the new boxing fans, so all you aficionados out there, but just bear with me. Alright, so in every open stance fight, aka orthodox versus southpaw, that's above novice level, there is a battle for lead foot positioning for the purpose of punch alignment. This graphic shows basic foot positioning when set from above. The fighter on the left is orthodox or right hand dominant. His lead hand would be his left, and his backhand would be his more powerful right. The fighter on the right is a southpaw or left hand dominant fighter. His lead and backhand are opposite of the orthodox fighter. Now, most say the best punch in the open stance is a 2-cross, aka straight power hand. In this graphic, the orthodox set of feet on the left will be our attacker, and our southpaw defender on the right won't move. The position they are in now is called a neutral position. Everything is lined up equally opposite, and the right glove from our orthodox attacker that wants to land that lead 2-cross is positioned slightly right of center line. Our attacker wants to throw the 2 to the opponent's head, which is on the center line. He can step straight forward onto the defender's lead foot or just in front of it and make the 2 land with a slight trajectory adjustment in the neutral position. If our attacker were to step forward to the inside of the defender's lead foot, our attacker would be way offline to land the 2 and highly susceptible of getting countered with a myriad of strikes, including the counter 2 from our defender. I've only seen a couple gifted fighters make this work at a high level in my many days of watching boxing. For the vast majority, it's a major mistake. However, if our attacker steps forward into the outside of our defender's lead foot, his right glove should be directly on the center line to land the 2 with ease. This is why at a high level, you will always see a lead foot battle for the dominant outside foot position in the open stance. With that explained, that was Ryan Garcia's big flaw in the Luke Campbell fight. He would step forward with inside foot positioning to land a 2 or a 3 hook and miss and or get countered. A half step and jab stepping inside the lead foot in the open stance is common because the jab is aligned with the head on an inside step, plus you're in and out retracting your half step. Stepping forward with your lead foot on the inside in the open stance, trying to set up and throw power will get you knocked out by top level fighters. Before the fight with Luke Campbell, I watched Garcia's last fight against the southpaw to see how Ryan looked in the open stance. It was 3 years ago against a middling fighter named Martinez Ragoza, and that's when I first noticed the flaw. It took Garcia 8 rounds in an 8-round fight to finally stop the middling fighter. I'm thinking Ryan Garcia's new trainer, Eddie Reynoso, who was Canelo's trainer and 2019 Trainer of the Year, will surely see, correct, and do something about this super basic fundamental mistake. Watching the fight live, I'm thinking, how in the world did they not correct this? Open stance foot positioning is boxing 102. Luke Campbell is about to beat this hyped up prospect. It was so bad, after the third round, I stopped paying attention to the foot positions and focused on what was landing and what wasn't, trying to score the fight with the judges. I had Campbell up 3 rounds to Garcia's 1 after 4 rounds. As we know, Garcia ended up landing a great shot in round 5 that hurt Luke bad. Then he ended up stopping Luke 2 rounds later in the 7th with that liver shot. I chalked it up to Garcia's tremendous speed and left hook. I thought what everybody else thought. Great step-up win for Garcia, but he has all those flaws, including this one major flaw. After the fight, I watched Garcia call out Tank Davis and thought he was crazy. I hear about this real exhibition with Manny Pacquiao and thought he was suicidal. 2 southpaws with tremendous power. I was going to make a video about the big flaw and Garcia's demise against either fighter, Ryan Garcia's big flaw without the question mark, and talk about his upcoming destruction. But it turns out I was wrong, and film study brought out the truth of the matter. The Ryan Garcia vs. Luke Campbell fight was all about that lead foot flaw. Studying film, it was tough for me to justify the 1 round I had Ryan Garcia winning after 4 rounds. Luke was landing his 2 to the body consistently with proper outside foot placement, and Ryan was making the opposite mistake over and over and over again, getting countered and losing almost every exchange in the center of the ring. But in round 5, it all changed. Garcia made the mistake once in round 5 and never did it again for the duration of the fight. Garcia started gaining dominant foot position to throw his 1-2, or he would throw the 2 from a neutral position and gain control of the fight. Luke would attack with lead foot dominance, and Garcia would counter with his powerful lead hand hook, hurting Luke. Ryan flicking the switch and dominating lead foot position was the entire difference in this fight. He won round 5 dominating foot position and hurt Luke at the end of the round. He controlled round 6, being much more effective in the center of the ring. Same thing in round 7 before he stops Luke with the vicious 3 liver shot that he shuffled in from long range and ended in a neutral position. It looked like Ryan was aware of the importance of lead foot dominance in the open stance the whole time. Now, what in the world was he doing for the first 4 rounds of this fight? Did Reynoso have to remind him in the corner after round 4? Did he suddenly remember between rounds 4 and 5? Some kind of strange game plan? I truly don't know. Which Garcia will we see against Manny and Tank? Your guess is as good as mine. But for the fighters out there, if you're fighting an opponent with the opposite stance as you, make sure you keep that lead foot outside when you step in. Thanks for watching.